Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Orlando, Florida. Welcome to Tuesday Night NXT. A bit of a frustrating moment. I already filmed a good chunk of this episode when I realized my mic was muted. So, if I sound less enthusiastic is because now I have to redo this and I don't feel like redoing this. So, my apologies. But anyhow, we are here. Wonderful night here in Orlando, Florida. 2 championship matches. We will also see from newly signed NXT roster signings Joe Henry, Moose, and also we will see Mr. Obafemi back in action. We'll see how things go ahead and line up with everything. We also have a number 1 contenders match for the Women's NXT Championship. So, very interesting times. We're going to go ahead and begin here tonight with the TNA International Championship on the line. And we got Dion Lexon from Dark State battling it out. Now, I'm surprised he isn't coming out here with the rest of Dark State, but well, I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to pull out some trickery of sorts. I guess we'll have to see. But here tonight, Steve Macklin, Dion Lexon, second match against each other, second match for the championship. Of course, previously it was Steve Macklin who was able to go ahead and beat Dion Lexon. However, then he got attacked, and then Steve Macklin said, yeah. Let's run it back this time. No holds barred match. That is right. This match right here, right now, is a no holds barred match. So, definitely going to be an interesting thing for this match. Of course, Steve Macklin has one advantage, that is having already previously beaten Dion Lexon for his championship, being able to successfully defend his title. On the other hand, as I mentioned previously, Dion Lexon has already... No, sorry. As I mentioned previously, Dion Lexon, part of Dark State. I wouldn't be surprised if those guys, come out of nowhere to make sure that Dion Lexon goes ahead and secures that championship. Here tonight, a big opportunity for Dark State is, at the moment, they hold it's the North American Championship. They hold the NXT Tag Team titles, and Dion Lexon looking to start this match right away. So yeah, 3 out of the 4 Dark State members currently hold gold. And here tonight, Dion Lexon can go ahead and make it 4 out of 4. We'll go ahead and see how things go here, as again, Steve Macklin has already previously beaten Dion Lexon, so it would not be wild to just go ahead and beat him again. You know what they say, something about the same man doesn't cross the same river twice. Just because both the river and the man changes. So Dion Lexon could be coming in here as a different man, but same with Steve Macklin. He's like the river. He's he's the guy with the title. That's the mountain you gotta cross. So both men have definitely changed, even if it has only been a couple of weeks. But anything can happen is what I'm trying to say. Both men have changed just because of what happened last time, and just because Dion Lexon has probably the numbers game advantage, or probably hiding somewhere here. Does not mean that one or the other can't win. There is a possibility for anybody to go ahead and win the match right here, right now, for the TNA International Championship. Steve Macklin doing some big damage right here onto Dion Lexon with a steel chair. Now, We already have some matches confirmed for Halloween Havoc. Of course, here tonight, depending on who the winner ends up being between Javon Evans and Sean Spears, whoever ends up leaving here tonight as champion will go ahead and face Oba Femi, as well as we have a number one contenders match for the women's NXT title, which means the winner of that go ahead and face off against Jordan Grace at Halloween Havoc. Breaking news. Hank and Tank will go ahead and get their rematch at Halloween Havoc against Dark State. Singles matches, as the Hardys are no longer here. They are officially back in the WWE as WWE signings, and they are over on the SmackDown roster, so no longer here on NXT. So that's a very good thing for Dark State. They don't got to worry about the Hardys getting involved within their their goal, their journey, whatever they want to call it. So those three matches confirmed for now. And actually, let me double check my messages, make sure I'm allowed to say this, because don't want to get beat up. So yes, Oba Femi versus the winner of either Javon Evans and Sean Spears, the number one contender for the women's, versus Jordan Grace. Hank and Tank versus Dark State. Next week, we will have a number one contenders match for Cutler James in his North American Championship. And for the first time ever, the Evolve Men's Championship will be defended on an NXT PLE, as Jackson Drake will go ahead and defend his title versus Sean Legacy. So that is going to make things really interesting and really, really great. We'll see how that all lines up. So those are the matches that are set to be on this NXT PLE Halloween Havoc. But of course, NXT still has more championships than just that. We are building towards a lot of great things. So just because they ain't on the PLE don't mean we can't see them on a weekly basis and have phenomenal matches like this match right here. What a match it has been. Steve Macklin, Dion Lexon, both men throwing everything they have at each other. Nevertheless, both men continue to go ahead and kick out of each other's attacks. And as I check social media here on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it, the fans are not happy about this, but they do believe Dion Lexon is going to win the match here tonight. That is what they think is going to happen. Again, not happy about it. They prefer Steve Macklin retains, but just based off how the match is going, he thinks this guy's going to go ahead and be able to win it. Well, maybe not. Instead, it may be Steve Macklin as he looks for the pinfall right here. 1, 2. Kick out at 2. Alright, I guess we'll see what happens. This match continues. Steve Macklin, Dion Lexon. We got a TNA International Championship on the line. Again, it would be scary times if, Dark State hold a majority of NXT titles, and then, a small part of TNA as well. They are looking for total destruction and total domination. And by having 4 out of the 4 championships, that can surely happen. So it could be difficult times. But I guess we have to wait and see. As at the moment, Dion Lexon may be able to go ahead and put this match away. He may be looking for the finish right here. He may go ahead and become the TNA International Champion right here. Now, looks like Jingston. As now Steve Macklin instead looking for the finish to retain his championship. Whoa! Dion Lexon able to go ahead and kick out at 1. Not finished yet. Both men still in this match. Dion Lexon with a missile drop kick. Now looking for the finish once more. Can he get it done to become the TNA International Champion? Big slam. 2. Steve Maclin out looking for the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. There it is. We have a new TNA International Champion. That is right. Dion Lexon has done it. All 4 members of Dark State hold gold, holding a majority of NXT titles, a small portion of TNA, and if they were looking to dominate, they are doing exactly that. Congratulations to Dion Lexon. And well, with that done, we have a new champion here tonight. We still have our main event where Javon Evans will defend his title versus Sean Spears. So that's going to be quite great, isn't it? It's going to be interesting. We'll see how things go as Kalani Jordan and Jada Porker. First entries as next up we have the number 1 contendership for the Women's NXT Championship. Oh my days, my mind blank right there. Number 1 contenders match. And I believe this is a battle royal. So that's going to make things very interesting here in this match. We'll go ahead and see who ends up coming out on top as champion. As the number 1 contender to then face the champion at Halloween Havoc. Zoruka, Masha Slamovich, or Jada Parker, Kalani Jordan, and then our final contestants coming out right after Zoruka. We have Shotzi as well here in this number 1 contenders match battle royal, where the winner will go ahead and face off against Jordan Grace for the NXT Women's Championship. Jordan Grace now being a double champion, so good for her. This match has officially begun. Battle Royal. Who will be the last woman standing inside of the ring, being able to call herself the number 1 contender, and a big opportunity at the NXT Women's Championship. Of course, still to come tonight, we will see Joe Henry. We will also see Moose against Ricky Saints, as Moose officially part of the NXT roster as well. We'll go ahead and have his, debut as an official roster member, same with Joe Henry. We will also have, of course, in the main event, NXT Championship on the line. We get Javon Evans versus Sean Spears. The winner of that will go ahead and face off against Obafemi in his rematch for his championship clause for the NXT title at Halloween Havoc. Now talking about, former champions and their rematch clause. I did mention we will be having a number 1 contendership next week for the North American champion. Now, more likely than not, they would be that winner versus Cutler James. However, Ricky Saints still has his rematch clause as far as I remember, which means next week we could have Ricky Saints versus Cutler James for the title. And instead it's the number 1 contender versus Ricky Saints, or a triple threat match for the title at Halloween Havoc. So, not saying that's going to happen or, but I am saying it can happen. There's a possibility. And, just to put it out there, because that would definitely be very interesting for me. So we'll go ahead and see how all that lines up. As at the moment, Zoruka is really just trying to eliminate both Jada Parker and Shotzi. Well, yes, they all are trying to eliminate each other. What I'm trying to say is Zoruka is doing the most here. She is truly, I was about to say truly trying. Well, not trying. She is doing. She is able to go ahead and eliminate Shotzi. And now the final 2, Jada Parker, Zoruka. who will go ahead and be able to call themselves the #1 contender to Jordynne Grace and her Women's NXT Championship, as Zoroka trying to eliminate Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace able to fight back, keeping herself in this match. However, Zoroka still fighting. It's right here, Jordynne Grace picking up Zoroka. A tricky position here for Zoroka. Jordynne Grace not able to do anything as Zoroka able to go ahead and counter now. She is on the attack. Zoroka gonna look to do some big damage here onto Jada Parker. And now Zoroka charging up, as this may be a bad moment for Jada Parker. Zoroka sending Jada Parker straight into the turnbuckle, and now looking to climb off of the top ropes, looking to fly. Nobody home, as Jada Parker is able to go ahead and move out of the way. The final two are going at it in order to be able to call themselves the #1 contenders to the NXT Women's Championship. Jordynne Grace will be met by Zoroka.
Here is your winner.
At Halloween Havoc, it will be Zoroka versus Jordynne Grace for the NXT Championship. Congratulations to Zoroka for the victory, for being able to go ahead and crown herself the #1 contender. She has lost her North American title. She lost her Speed Championship, but now an opportunity at getting the biggest prize in the women's division here on NXT. That being the NXT Championship. So we'll go ahead and see how that goes, as that match has now been confirmed for Halloween Havoc. So congratulations to Zoroka. As well, next up we have Joe Henry making his official debut as an NXT member, WWE official member, roster superstar, or whatever you want to call it. They are officially, signed the contracts and all that good stuff. They as in Joe Henry, Moose, Matt Cardona, all these other signings, officially part of the WWE roster. Here tonight in the, I guess, debut, sort of, kind of, not really, of Joe Henry as an official signing. He will go ahead and face off against Oro Mensah of the Metaphor. Gonna be an interesting matchup. On paper, it should be an easy win for Joe Henry, but Oro Mensah has the talent, has the skills to go ahead and make something out of practically nothing. So he can still very well give a good challenge to Joe Henry here tonight. So do not count him out just yet. There is a possibility for anything to happen here tonight. Joe Henry, again, yes, is the favorite. But like I said, Mr. Oro Mensah can create some crazy things. He is a fantastic superstar. So do not be surprised if he is able to either win this match or really just take Joe Henry to his limit, even when there is no championship on the line. There is no any of that. Just a simple men's singles action. Joe Henry, Oro Mensah, this match has begun. Who will go ahead and come out on top and win this match? Still to come later tonight, of course, Moose versus Ricky Saints. And in our main event, we will have Javon Evans face off against Shawn Spears for the NXT Championship. But we will also be seeing Obafemi back in action. He returned, said he will have his rematch at Halloween Havoc, and here tonight he'll be back in action trying to take off that rust afterwards, as if his plan goes his way. After he wins the NXT Championship, then he will go ahead and start revealing his Royal Guard and revealing all these people he is looking to bring into NXT in order to truly rule over all of NXT, as Jordan Grace earlier tonight was able to go ahead and see and find out who her number one contender for her championship would be. And I just got the message. She is excited to go ahead and face Zoruka. She left a statement here. Zoruka may have lost both of her titles, but the fact that she was able to be a double champion, same way I am, shows exactly the type of superstar she is. A great one. It is already so much to become a number one contender, but then to go ahead and win championships, and like me and Soul to win two, is phenomenal. I am honored to be able to face off against her. Just like me, she has so much potential, and I'm excited to see what we will do in the ring. Congratulations, Zoruka. But with that, no, I will not be going easy. I just won this title, and I'm not looking to lose it right away. So, Soul, I'm sorry, but your dreams of becoming NXT Women's Champion, you're going to be put on delay for just a little longer. I'll see you over at Halloween Havoc. So some kind words from Jordan Grace while still letting Zoruka know what's up. Guess we'll go ahead and see how things go for that match. And well, Halloween Havoc overall going to be a very good PLE for sure. It's Joe Henry here looking for the pinfall. Can he get the victory? Now kick out at 1 from Oro Mensah as this match continues. Joe Henry has been having to, I wouldn't say, has been taken to the limits, but has had to fight quite well. Definitely compared to what others expected this match to be. This man, he just thought it was going to be an easy whooping. May still be, as Oro Mensah still able to kick out at 1, but many people thought this was going to be a quick, Joe Henry victory. It may still be a Joe Henry victory, but definitely has had to, do a little more than he expected. Nevertheless, maybe able to win it right here. 1, 2. It's a very slow count by the ref. 3. Joe Henry with the victory. Welcome officially to the WWE roster. What a way to, really introduce himself. He already has, but nevertheless, congratulations on the victory. Welcome to NXT. Now, next up, we're going to go ahead and hear from another new face to NXT. Not just a new face, also a new champion, formerly known as Zack Ryder. Now, Matt Cardona, the new NXT Heritage Champion, ending Luca Crucifino's over 100-day reign, has something he wants to say. Let's go ahead and hear him out. Now you are looking at the new NXT Heritage Champion. And as I say, I am always ready. So if anyone wants a shot at my NXT Heritage Championship, let me know, because I'm ready to be a defending champ. Brooks Jensen looking to interrupt. Let's go ahead and hear him out. Look, you say you're always ready, Matt Cardona. So how about me and you next week for your NXT Heritage Championship? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put a very quick end to this championship reign of yours. What do you say, Matt Cardona? Are you down for the challenge, or are you too much of a wuss? You know what I say to that? Let's do it. I'll see you next week. And it looks like we have a championship match confirmed for next week. Matt Cardona, his first title defense as the new NXT Heritage Champion, will go ahead and defend his title against Brooks Jensen. That's going to be an interesting matchup. We'll go ahead and see how that goes. Now, we saw her best friend go ahead and become the number one contender to the NXT Championship. May spice things up because, of course, Araya is a former champion herself losing to Masha Slamovich, then Masha Slamovich quickly losing to Jordan Grace. And I think both Masha and Zaraya still have their rematch clause, so I'm just saying, Zaruka wins and then Zaraya, tries to go for her rematch clause. That could spice things up between the friends. Maybe I'm just trying to create problems that aren't there, but guess we'll have to see as we have some women's singles action. Zaraya versus Fallon Henley. We'll go ahead and see who wins this women's singles match. Looking to climb up the rankings. As a reminder, tomorrow night we do have Wednesday Night Evolve. And in that, we will have a championship match tomorrow. Kendall Gray versus Callie Armstrong. In the main event, Women's Evolve Championship will be on the line. So make sure you guys go ahead and tune in, because that is going to be a phenomenal match. So make sure you guys tune in. Then, of course, Friday Night SmackDown. We got PLEs all over the place. Interesting, great times for the WWE. And for the WWE Universe. As, let's see, Saturday, we have Survivor Series War Games. Sunday, we start the John Cena Last Time Is Now Final Opponent Tournaments. Then we got Halloween Havoc. Then we got John Cena's final match at Saturday night's main event. And I believe we have the Royal Rumble, NXT Vengeance Day, Elimination Chamber, and WrestleMania. Just like that, first season here on the channel is over, coming to an end quite quickly, to be honest. But I guess we'll see how things end up going, because lots of championship defended, lots of new faces. Hope that it's a good time, because sometimes, you're excited for some things and then they don't go as good, so hopefully they do turn out quite nicely. But anyhow, we continue focusing on this match. Zaraya versus Fallon Henley. Both women looking to get a victory here tonight, looking to move up the rankings. We'll see how things go. Could say that the favorite to win this match is Zaraya. I mean, she's a former NXT Women's Champion. But her reign also ended quite quickly. I believe she only had one title defense. So it's like, yes, she was able to win a championship, but it's a sensitive topic definitely for Zaraya. But I guess we'll have to see how this match goes. At the moment, we have some back and forth action between both of the competitors. Fallon Henley and Zaraya still to come in the main event. Of course, Javon Evans versus Shawn Spears NXT Championship on the line. We still will be seeing Ricky Saints versus Moose, as well as seeing Oba Femi back in action. Yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. I wish I could feel a little bit more entertained by these matches, but again, as previously mentioned, almost right away as soon as the episode started, I'd already recorded a majority of this stuff. And then, my mic was mudded. So, yeah, unfortunate. But Zaraya may be able to go ahead and put this match to end right here, right now, in order to win the match. Is she going to look for the pinfall right here? Maybe not yet. She's instead going to look for the finish right here to put Fallon Henley away. No, Fallon Henley able to go ahead and reverse. And now, that may have been a mistake, because now Fallon Henley may be the one to go ahead and win the match. Can she get it done? looking for the pinfall. 1, 2, 3, and she gets the victory over former NXT Women's Champion Zariah. She has done it. That's definitely a good case that she can start searching for the NXT Women's Championship. Of course, right after Zoruka gets her opportunity at Halloween Havoc. But for now, congratulations to Fallon Henley. Big victory. We'll see how that goes for her and what she can build out of this. As next up, it is time. I've been talking about it. We would be seeing Moose versus Ricky Saints. Moose was able to go ahead and sign that NXT contract, officially become parts of the WWE roster. Here tonight, looking to make his debut as an official member of the NXT roster. And well, unlike Joe Henry, it's not a match where you can say he is a favorite or that he can easily win. He's facing off against Ricky Saints, one of the most talented superstars within all of the WWE roster. He's a former NXT North American champion. He has won titles across countless promotions. So it is going to be no easy task for Moose. But nevertheless, win or lose, do not forget about the talent of either. In the sense that if Moose wins, do not forget just how great Ricky Saints is. And if Ricky Saints wins, do not forget how good Moose is. You know, if you're going to lose, you want it to be against a great competitor. So whether Ricky Saints wins, Moose wins, I don't think they'll be that upset at who they're losing with. Sure, they may be upset at the loss, but I'll put it this way. Would you rather lose to Moose or Ricky Saints? Like either of those? Or would you rather lose to Tommy Invincible? I know you guys love him, but come on. I'd rather lose to Moose and Ricky Saints because it's showing that I'm losing to the best of the best. If I lose to Tommy Invincible like some people did, it's not saying that I'm horrible, but it's definitely a bad look. Or like over on the main roster, would you rather lose to the WWE Champion? Or would you rather lose to the Speed Champion, right? It's not saying that. Yeah, I'm saying some people are better than the other, and it's better to lose to the best of the best because it doesn't seem that bad. Period. I said it. So, not the biggest deal if either of these guys loses, but what is a big deal is if you get a win over one another. That's something you can go ahead and carry on for quite some time. Make the case that, you need a championship and whatnot. But this match has officially begun. Moose versus Ricky Saints. Hopefully this is an absolute banger of a match. It's lined up to be an absolute banger of a match. So we'll go ahead and see how things go as Moose sends Ricky Saints straight into the turnbuckle. Of course, I keep saying it, but Obafemi will be in action later tonight. He will be facing off against Tony D'Angelo. Big match right there. And then in our main event, we will have Javon Evans defend his NXT Championship versus Shawn Spears. I believe we will also be hearing from the WWE Speed Champion, Chad Gable. So my apologies if you're listening. I didn't mean to throw shade at you. You're a champion nevertheless. But yeah, I think he gets what I'm trying to say. And if he does it, well, too bad. I can't get fired because guess what? My contract says I can't get fired. Oh, yeah, baby. As Moose and Ricky Saints taking the fight outside of the ring nice and early into this. Referees count barely at 3, so they still have a good amount of time to use the barricades and the steel steps to their advantage. As Moose right here is countered to reverse DDT by Ricky Saints. As now the referees count gets to 5. Ricky Saints going to go ahead and pick up Moose. Is he going to look to send him inside of the ring? No. Instead, it is Ricky Saints who is countered, sent straight into the apron. Now, I don't think either of these guys would want to go ahead and lose or win by countout. So, bear with them. Oh, and run inside of the ring as the referee's count does get to 9 right there. Ricky Saints able to make it to Moose. calmly able to make it as well. Now Ricky Saints was trying to get a bit of a cheap shot right there. The referee stopping him, saying, hey, let Moose get inside of the ring. Nevertheless, Ricky Saints able to get quickly on the attack with a reverse DDT right there. Now just smudging the face of Moose all over the mat. Elbow drop, and I'm going to look for the pinfall. A nice combination of moves. Can he win the match? 1, 2. A kick out at 2 by Moose as this match, which is just getting started, continues. Moose now sending Ricky to the ropes. Big boat pinfall. Ricky Saints able to go ahead and kick out at 1 as this match continues. It's going to be interesting. We have, for the first time again, as a reminder, Halloween Havoc, Jackson Drake going ahead and defend his championship, the Evolve Men's Championship, for the first time on an NXT PLE against Super Sean Legacy. So, I say it's interesting because, I mean, let me explain myself. It's kind of difficult. Jackson Drake is used to the spotlight with his title, but is he going to be used to spotlight at an NXT level PLE? Or the nerves going to get to him and this allow Sean Legacy to become the new champion? Sure, this could be the case for all of them, but big jump from Evolve to an NXT, not even just NXT show, but the PLE. So it's going to be interesting times. As a reminder, this Saturday we do have War Games happening. It will be Team Seth Rollins versus Team CM Punk. That's going to be very, very interesting. We'll see how things go with that as well. Everything's so interesting. And also don't know what else to say, because, again, I already saw all this. You know, it's already bad recording all the gameplay and then talking over it because you already know what's going to happen. You know what's even worse? Having to record hella stuff, talking over it, it not working, so then you got to talk over it again. A whole lot of wasting time and a whole lot of repetitiveness, which makes things boring. Oh, anyhow, Moose. Ooh. Moose. Big knee to the face of Ricky Saints. Referee's count gets the 2. Big damage has been done to Ricky Saints, and you know, Moose could very well go ahead and win the match right here, right now. That could be happening as Moose, Ricky Saints. I mean, don't want to jinx him. I don't want to, you know. What I'm trying to say is both of these guys could go ahead and become future NXT champions. I don't think I'll jinx them by saying that these both may go ahead and get that title and carry the NXT as a whole. So, just know these men both carry some great talent. And as I had said previously, win or lose against these guys, it's like, yeah, I lost or /won against the best of the best. So, yeah, this Moose definitely getting a good show of exactly what NXT has to offer. While it is a developmental brand, we also have some great talents from other promotions who are a bit older. Usually you think developmental for the younger. Moose on the older side has, you know, done some great things in TNA on the indies as well. Finally able to sign with the WWE. I don't think he has previously been here, so maybe old and in the developmental brand, but that's both good and bad. He still has space to learn, but he also has a lot of skills and talents he can use. So right here is able to go ahead and kick out at 2. I thought Ricky Saints had won the match, well, if he wasn't able to do so before, he may do it now. Is there a way that Moose kicks out of this? 1, 2, 3. Moose, I'm sorry you had to lose, but at least you lose to Ricky Saints. Welcome to the WWE roster, but it is Ricky Saints who is able to go ahead and get the victory here tonight's caller. James, watch out because this man could be looking for his rematch to gain back his North American Championship. Would not, be a surprise if he does decide to do so. But now it is time for Obafemi. Dun dun. Ooh. I wish we could have these songs playing, but I already get copyrighted from past videos because I used the Then Now Forever Together intro. And now I would, I have to go ahead and just cut like the first 30 seconds of most videos. And then it would suck if they end up just taking down a whole video because of all of the sound, so I won't even risk it. But Obafemi is here, the ruler, the greatest North American champion of all time. Former NXT champion, looking to become a two-time NXT champion, and Halloween Havoc is here, looking to take off that rust. And his time away, he was basically like a scout, all over the world, different promotions to different indie shows to find the best of the best, to find those who could go ahead and help him rule over NXT. The ruler, Obafemi, is here. No water, no rice, no vegetables, just meat. Oh, I cannot do that, but just meat from Obafemi. And here tonight, his opponent, Tony D'Angelo, is going to have a very, very difficult task. Tony D'Angelo, also former North American champion. In fact, I believe he beat Obafemi. Who beat Obafemi for the North American Championship? It was Tony D'Angelo who was able to defeat Obafemi for the North American champion, breaking his historic 273-day reign, marking his first loss since 2024. And after that, not sure if Obafemi has lost since. So that's crazy. He has not lost. His last loss came to this guy right here, Tony D'Angelo. So now, as difficult as the challenge ahead of Tony D'Angelo may be, he has beaten Obafemi before. Could go ahead and do it again, potentially. Well, we'll see. Because as I mentioned previously, the same man doesn't cross the same river twice, because the man changes, the river changes. Obafemi has definitely changed. This man has became an absolute monster. He already was with the North American Championship, but even more with the NXT title he vacated. Now looking for his second and title reign rematch at Halloween Havoc. So quite insane that he hasn't lost, as far as I believe. He has not lost since that match against Tony D, which is quite wild, actually. Quite shocking. No, not really. It's not quite shocking. But still to come after this, I do believe we will be hearing from Chad Gable, the WWE Men's Speed Champion. And then in the main event, Javon Evans, Shawn Spears, NXT Championship on the line. Big cross line right there by Obafemi. What a freaking beast. It's so sad that we had to miss out on such greatness by the ruler, but he wants to truly rule over NXT. He had to find his people. I respect his decision. It definitely also allowed him to, go back to the motherland, refine himself, remember where he came from and how much he has grown since. Both humbling him and also motivating him to do even better than he's already done. And now things may be getting tricky right here. Oh, Tony D'Angelo the clothesline. I was about to say things may be getting tricky because Obafemi may be able to put this match away. He may be back onto that. Tony D'Angelo looking for something here, not able to get it done. Instead, Obafemi off of the middle rope, looking to fly. Big man is flying. Big splash. Tony D'Angelo still able to go ahead and get up and out. Tony D looking to send Obafemi flying. Is able to show his strength right there. Tony D would be incredible if he's able to get another victory over Obafemi. He would be like Obafemi's kryptonite. As I believe there was like a table ladders and chair match or something where Tony D was North American champion and Obafemi had also lost that match previously. I'm not 100%, but point is, Tony D'Angelo could be pulling out something here, sending Obafemi flying once again. Things are getting tricky here for Obafemi as now looking to make him tap. Obafemi quickly able to counter things. Big right fists straight to the face of Tony D'Angelo. As now Obafemi was looking to put this match away. Instead of maybe Tony D'Angelo. More damage done to Obafemi. As Tony D'Angelo's face is bleeding, but nevertheless, he is the man who is in control. Removing the padding off of the turnbuckle. Referee quickly sees that. Gonna go ahead and look to fix that as Obafemi now said, hey, I gave you your time to play. Now I'm done playing games. Looking to send Tony D'Angelo flying. And Obafemi is not done there because next stop, he is going to look for the fall from grace. Looking for the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. Obafemi has returned. He is back in action and back to winning ways. And that's Halloween Havoc. The winner of our main event will go ahead and face off against Obafemi. Might cut out right there, but they will be facing off against Obafemi. But now, it's time to go ahead and find out who will be that man. It is almost main event time, sorry. Forgot. We got to go hear from the current WWE Speed Champion, Chad Gable. There is something that is on his chest. There is something he wants to say. So, as I love to say, let's go ahead and hear Chad Gable out. I am here to announce that both me and Cora Jade are done giving weekly challenges. People must earn the opportunity to face us for our championships. That's why starting next week, there will be number one contenders match for both titles. Chad Gable has announced that they are going to start number one contenders matches in tournaments, I think. I already forgot what he said. But point is, no more giving away. People got to start earning. So that's exciting to come. Cora Jade has also agreed to this, so there will be, I already forgot, did he say matches, tournaments? Because what I have here in the notes is there's going to be a number one contendership tournament, a lot like finding out John Cena's final opponent. There will also be a whole tournament to find the number one contender, a lot like there used to be with the Speed Championship when it was actually about speed and not hardcore, before we had to change it, right? So yeah, that's what I got in my notes, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. We got to the main event finally. Finally, this has been a long episode for me. I'm ready to go ahead and get this over with. Shawn Spears, Javon Evans, main event time, NXT Championship on the line. We'll go ahead and come out on top and go ahead and face off against Mr. Obafemi at Halloween Havoc. That is going to be a difficult matchup for whoever ends up winning, whether it's Javon or Shawn Spears. Facing someone like Obafemi is no joke. It is no easy challenge. It is quite difficult, in fact. So I wish the best of luck to both. If I was a smart man, I would lose this match and Try to win the title once Obafemi goes to the main roster. Yep, that is what I would do because Obafemi scares me. We're chill, we're guys, but when it comes to, fighting him, no. Nothing scarier than that. But here is the current NXT champion, Javon Evans. He was able to go ahead and defeat El Hijo de L.A. Park in order to become champion. And here, in his first title defense against Shawn Spears, looking to make it be a successful title defense. But then again, you complete one task, and then on to the harder task because, winner faces off against Javon Evans. No, Obafemi. Oh my days, my brain's fried, man. It has been a long time. Anyhow, finally, that's what I'm saying. Finally, it's main event time because your boy, Javon Evans, your boy is bouncy. For me, your boy is tired. That is the championship that is on the line. Here, in our main event, of course, tomorrow we still have Evolve, where Kendall Gray challenges Callie Armstrong for the Evolve Women's Championship. This match has officially begun. Who will face off against Obafemi at Halloween Havoc? We'll find out, hopefully, very soon. Hopefully this match isn't too long, because again, I'm ready to hit the hay. Shawn Spears, Javon Evans already previously have history with each other's, as Javon Evans had failed to become champion. So, quick story. Obafemi vacates his title. Championship match, Javon versus Hijo de L.A. Park. He fails. Javon Evans is frustrated, but Shawn Spears says, hey, it's because you're playing the good side. If you play the bad side like how I do, you'll go ahead and become champion. Javon Evans says, nah. Shawn Spears says, yeah, beats him in a match, which then was supposed to have Javon Evans be a bad guy, but Javon Evans said, you cheated or something. And then they had a rematch. Javon Evans wins, and then I think they had a third match where Javon Evans also won. And then it wasn't enough. We see them running back here. No, good guy, bad guy thing on the line. Just simply the NXT Championship. No biggie. Psych, of course, big deal, but just saying, these guys have previously had history together, so makes this match that much more spicier. Javon Evans just saw Shawn Spears fail flying off of the top ropes. Gonna show him how it's done. Is able to do so with a nice little double axe handle right there. Javon Evans not finished as he's twisting the leg nice and hard right there, cracking the bones inside the legs of Shawn Spears, who is able to fight back right here and counter. As a reminder, of course, so Wednesday Night Evolve, Friday Night SmackDown, and then Saturday we have a Survivor Series War Games. We'll see Cody Rhodes face off against John Cena for the WWE Championship. Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill for the Women's WWE Championship. We'll see Penta face off against Logan Paul for the Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch versus Bayley for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And then, I believe that's it. And then we have the War Games match. We have Team Seth Rollins versus Team CM Punk. Seth Rollins' team, as far as we know, and as far as that has not officially confirmed, but just, connecting the simple dots, it should be Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker, which I believe leaves a spot for one other person. And then on the other hand, CM Punk, I could guess it's going to be maybe Roman helps him out, since he also has his problems with Seth Rollins. And then after that, I don't know who else would go ahead and be able to be open to help CM Punk. I would say Jey Uso, but that guy is still out due to injury. I don't know if Cody Rhodes wants to double up and also be part of that match in order to help CM Punk. It is difficult to really, for me, I feel like it's easier. Even though Seth Rollins has made more enemies than friends, it is easier for him to find, that missing piece to the Survivor Series team, because he has Paul Heyman as well to help him and use his connections through Paul Heyman to be able to find these superstars needed. On the other hand, with CM Punk, it's a little harder, but see how that goes, as that's at Saturday, Survivor Series War Games, and the day following that on Sunday, we begin the John Cena Final Opponent Tournament. I've already confirmed some of the matches, some NXT superstars in there, like Javon Evans, like Oba Femi. It's some great superstars in there who are looking to battle it out to become and be able to crown themselves John Cena's final opponent. That is what's going to go ahead and happen the rest of this week. And next week, we have regular Monday Night Raw, NXT, Evolve, SmackDown. We continue to have John Cena Final Tournament. Javon Evans may be able to put the match away here. Not yet. Shawn Spears able to kick out. And we will also be having Halloween Havoc. So, interesting times, exciting times for the WWE as a whole. Let's go ahead and forget about the future. Let's focus on the now as Shawn Spears looking to climb off of the top ropes. Big frog splash. Javon Evans was almost able to win the match, but Shawn Spears still in this. Javon Evans is able to counter right here. Big knee to the face of Shawn Spears. Now looking to get bouncy. Oh, messes up the kick right there, allowing Shawn Spears to be able to stay in this match. In fact, be able to gain some control, which he didn't have much of. Just absolutely twisting and cracking the neck of the young OG, Javon Evans. And now Shawn Spears, what is he looking to do right here? Diamond cutter onto Javon Evans. Is he now big boot? Now looking to twist the neck of Javon Evans once again, doing some big damage right here. Shawn Spears may be finding his way back into this match. A lot of people thought it would have been a very easily top of the fence for Javon Evans. It has been proven, a lot like the Joe Henry match, that he is at least testing Javon Evans. But Javon and Shawn Spears' previous records against each other show, that, well, yes, Javon is the favorite, and he may be continuing it to prove it here tonight, as Javon Evans looking to put an end to this match right here, right now. This is it. There is no way Shawn Spears kicks out of this. Oh, he does kick out at 2. Javon Evans gonna have to do a little bit more if he wants to go ahead and secure his championship. Misses up right there. Is able to get some contact on the second opportunity. Javon Evans, a little too hesitant, taking a little too long now, allowing Shawn Spears to be able to get back on to the attack. Shawn Spears now off of the middle ropes with a big splash onto Javon. Shawn Spears now just awaiting Javon, who's slowly getting up. And now Shawn Spears gonna look for the submission in order to secure the NXT Championship. Can he make Javon Evans tap? Is this gonna be enough to be able to put the young OG away? No, it is not. Javon Evans fighting back, able to escape the submission hold right there. And now it's only escape. Now Javon Evans is also on the attack. Big boot to Shawn Spears. And now Javon Evans looking to put an end to this. Off of the top ropes to retain his championship. 1, 2, 3. There it is. Javon Evans is still the NXT champion, and he will be facing off against Oba Femi at Halloween Havoc, where he will defend his championship in Oba Femi's rematch. Thank you so much for tuning in. Congratulations to Javon Evans, but next up you have the ruler, Oba Femi. We'll see how that goes. We will see you guys tomorrow night on Evolve. Thank you for tuning in.